Hey guys, Brendzun here, and I have a video telling you guys how you can get a pretty good armor set and 2 capable weapons for absolutely free. So if you're a newer player, or if you're just anyone that hasn't got this armor set and has not had these weapons, you'll probably be interested in this. Now, forgive me for the way I sound. I'm a little bit under the weather at the moment, so a little bit stuffy in the nose department. However, still figured I'd be able to get this video out for you guys. So, on the 20th of August, Gamescom Opening Night Live is happening. It's not the main event, that's the day after. But that is when this Twitch drop campaign is actually underway. And it is, as I said, 20th of August, so 2 days time by the time this video is uploaded, at 2 p.m. Eastern, ET. What you have to do is have your Twitch account connected to your Warframe account. I'll have the links for you to be able to get to all of that stuff in the video description, and the Twitch page for Gamescom as well. And you'll just watch, it's probably going to be about 30 minutes, maybe an hour. Just watch the opening night live event, I guess, at Gamescom. And you'll get the Baza, the Kaza War, and the Syrinx armor set. I believe it, yeah, Syrinx. It's Syrinx or it's Syrinx, it's one of those. And this armor set is pretty good. So you can see that the armor set itself is actually pretty bulky when you have your side profile, but the leg attachments actually attach in almost a unique way. There's only one other leg attachment that I can think of that attaches on the actual thigh and not the calf or the shin, but it actually gives more of a side profile. Even from the back you can kind of see how it sticks out quite a little bit, so it's like some nice thigh armor. The chest part I've always called the popcorn bucket, because you can just put some popcorn in there, you know, and just munch down and whatever, but it does give quite a forward bulk to it. The shoulders, however, are the best part of this armor set. I actually use these armor pieces on my main Excalibur look. If I actually quickly go over to that, you can see my main Excalibur look there. And the reason for that really is because it actually bulks Excalibur out quite a bit. So you can see here, he's pretty slim, he's pretty streamlined. In his shoulders, they're pretty rounded. But the moment you actually put those shoulders on, you actually get a more domineering look. This is just a quick mock-up that I would use. This is like maybe year 2, year 3 fashion for me, for what I would actually use on the Excalibur. This actually looks pretty good. This was actually just quickly done, but you can kind of see how it's like King Excalibur, you know, with the big thigh pads on, the domineering chest piece, and the commanding shoulders that just give that amazing silhouette, especially from the back when you're actually, because that's where you are going to see most of your Warframe. Most of the time it's going to be from the back when you're actually playing the game. It has a really nice extra effect on the silhouette of the Warframe. If you do use the copy main colors option, you can see that it's a little too vibrant when it comes to copying the colors. You see you got like a more neutral black tone on the actual Warframe, but when you copy it over to the attachment, it might be due to the material, but it's almost as if there's just a dash streak of blue in there, just very lightly. The red is very brighter, very more vibrant, so it does take some mixing and matching, some experimenting, just to be able to get that to actually match perfectly. Next up with the pack, of course, you get Baza. I don't have the normal Baza anymore because Baza Prime is out, but for star chart missions, this is actually a pretty capable gun. You got a crit multiplier of 3 times, which an unmodded crit multiplier of 3 is pretty good. Critical chance is 26%. That's a pretty nice base crit chance there, and status is 10%. Not too high, but this does have a high fire rate. The magazine's 40. With such a high fire rate, you blink and your magazine's empty. But because that fire rate is so high, you are going to be putting out the statuses and whatever. And this is just a base status as well. There's no 60/60 mods or on it or whatsoever like that. Then you also get the Kaza War. This was one of my favorite melee weapons before Steel Path came out. Nowadays, it's fell off somewhat, but as a new player, like I said, the normal Baza is more than capable of just taking you through the star chart. The War is a pretty solid melee weapon as well. It's got a nice high base attack speed, good base range of 3 meters. It is primary slash, but not by too much. The actual overall damage rating itself means you'll be proccing slash 12.3% of the time. With its base status chance of 28%, the status chance of 28% is actually pretty good, especially for a non-primed weapon, because we did get Baza Prime, but we didn't get War Prime yet. Don't know if we are going to get this as a prime weapon, but you throw 2 60/60 mods on here, you know, maybe your Weeping Wounds, you're just putting status effects absolutely everywhere. If you're trying to build this for slash, it might be a little bit difficult because the puncture is pretty high as well. So even though it does lean towards slash primarily, that puncture is going to be it's going to be showing up. But you know, if you're primarily putting out slash and some extra puncture and maybe some fire, or you know, all of that going into condition overload with a primer secondary or a primer companion, you know, the weapon is completely capable. Some of the melee arcanes that we have now, whereas if you hit a normal yellow crit, it will duplicate that damage. That will play pretty well with this if you can get the crit chance up a little bit, because it does have a base crit chance of 6, which is the weapon's biggest weakness, honestly. But say, you know, you can get your Arcane Avenger proc, you can get a Ardaza Kafat that will give you a crit chance proc as well. I mean, if you're using Roar as a subsumed ability, you can use the Piercing Roar Augment, which puts 10 puncture procs on enemies, which increases your crit chance against enemies affected. And all of this thing, it does add up. So, you know, you can make the War do a pretty good amount of damage. I mean, even in Still Path, if you do, you know, put some effort towards getting that crit chance up through other means other than just the weapon itself, you can actually take this through Still Path too. So it was one of my favorite melee weapons when I was using it. So the Baza as well, one of my favorite submachine guns. Baza Prime, still use it to this day. And of course, the armor set is just, wow, just goated. Right, guys, that was the video. Hope you found this one informative. Remember, gamescom, you have to get opening night live. This is happening on the 20th of August. So by the time you actually see, well, by the time this video is uploaded, that's in 2 days' time. 2 p.m. ET, that's Eastern. Make sure you're there. It is a Twitch drop, so make sure that your Twitch account is connected to your Warframe account, and make sure that it's the right account on both ends, because, you know, some people be messing around with stuff and they get the Twitch drop, but it's for a different Twitch account, because, you know, people, there's always that one guy. So yeah, twitch.tv/gamescom. It will be in the description of the video. Opening night live, 20th of August. It's in 2 days' time. See you there, guys. I hope you found this video informative. If you did, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe for future Warframe content. And I'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.